Okay, I think this is working, everyone. We are hopefully live. Let me see if there's a way for me to check. Okay, it seems to be working. Right, so hi everyone. I'm gonna give a moment for people to join. We are having a few technology problems today, so I've not been able to go live on TikTok, but I know most of you watch on here anyway. And obviously, if for any reason you have to like come off the live because of work, you can just watch it back later on. I did have a lovely birthday. Thank you, Julia. It was, um, it felt just like entering a gateway. I can't describe it. I don't know what it is. I felt so ready to turn 30, which sounds really strange. But my 20s, reflecting on my 20s, I was like, gosh, that was a chaotic decade, as I'm sure like most people find their 20s to be. It's a time of like lots of learning and becoming an adult and then realizing you've got nothing figured out and going back to square one, starting over again. So yeah, I did have a lovely birthday and I feel very settled and comfortable turning 30. So we are going to see what message we need to hear today. If there are any issues with the stream, just let me know in the comments. I've not quite decided what decks we're going to be using, but I have quite a few with me. So I think we'll start. Let's begin. So I am going to get an Oracle of Shadow and Light for what we need to know currently. Now Mercury is retrograde. So this just simply means like slow down. There may be technology issues, likely lots of like traffic transport delays. It's easy to miscommunicate during Mercury retrograde. I just feel allow yourself a little bit of extra time to do everything. So if you're going somewhere, it normally takes you 10 minutes to get there, maybe give it 20 minutes and just like make sure you're leaving plenty of time. And with communication, just make sure you're very clear and direct. And other people might still not understand you. That's their problem, not yours. So let's get an Oracle of Shadow and Light. So what do we need to hear today? We have the Candy Cane Angel. So she is a gorgeous angel. And this says it is time for a treat. So it's very likely you have been through a lot recently. Maybe life has just felt a little bit stressful. But when this card comes through, Spirit is saying, look, something good is coming. Something sweet is coming your way. So the Candy Cane Angel. So it's definitely time to have a treat. To give yourself the thing that you have been putting off until you have worked hard enough or saved enough money or done without long enough. This card can come up for people who've been taught to save before they buy. A wonderful strategy, but at times this can tip over into almost denial. You truly deserve some pleasure at this time in whatever form you have been denying yourself. Do not rationalize or talk yourself out of it any longer. The Candy Cane Angel has appeared and she's made a bargain with you, and you are now going to have some fun, some delight, some tasty treats that you force yourself to do without. The luxuries are not only available to you, they are necessary for your growth. So this is about stepping out of that mindset of, I can't have this right now, I've got to save up for it, or I don't deserve this just yet, and actually being like, you know what, I am going to treat myself. Like, I've been saving up and maybe you've got like a decent savings right now and you're thinking, oh, I'd quite like to get such and such a thing, but that money is for something else. You can take a little bit out. I just feel the energy today, Spirit is saying, we're all going through it right now. So you could really do with some kind of reward. So whether this is you treating yourself, whether this is someone else who is going to give you a nice little treat, or whether this is just like a gift from the universe, it's going to be a big blessing. It's really going to shift your energy. You think how happy you feel when you do get like a little gift or a nice little thing happens, and it really kind of, it energizes you and it raises your vibrations and it makes you look at things differently, more positively. So yes, you deserve a treat, and that is exactly what you're going to get. So let's use the Rider-Waite now. Let's see what we need to hear. Yeah, I feel you. I am definitely ready for a treat as well. I think this is just an important reminder not to be in like a scarcity mindset. It's really easy to like restrict ourselves and be like, okay, I don't want to overindulge, or, you know, I kind of want to wait till such and such a time or such and such a goal before I, you know, give myself something. But actually, you're being guided to, you know, to reward yourself now because you have been working really hard and you absolutely deserve it. So what do we need to hear? Queen of Cups. This is about showing yourself the love you need right now. So when the Queen of Cups comes through, you know, she gives love. She nurtures everyone else. She takes care of everyone else's needs around her. But actually, Spirit is saying, you need to look after yourself right now. Where is the love that you are giving yourself? You're so used to pouring into everyone else's cup. Well, it's time to fill your own cup back up. This is about focusing on your emotional needs. You know, and if you really want to attract love or attract abundance or, you know, anything, you have to embody that energy. You know, I strongly believe money works best when it is in flow. You know, for example, you're constantly saving, that is not the best way to make money work. Money works best when it is spent and it's received, and there's a balance, there's a flow of energy there, like anything else. A relationship cannot be one-sided, so why would a relationship with money be one-sided? It's not. It's just another relationship, and we need to make sure there is an energetic flow there to keep things moving. To keep kind of bringing it back in. So whatever it is that you are hoping to attract right now, whatever this treat is that you would like to indulge in, well, Spirit is saying it's time to embody that. It's time to invite that into your energetic field. So what can you do which is going to help you attract this? Because there's absolutely something like an emotional shift, maybe like a change in mindset. Could be something as simple as using some affirmations to really help focus on what you are trying to attract. It could be about giving yourself a little bit more love, time, and care, especially during Mercury retrograde. I think it's such a good time to focus on ourselves and to really reconnect with our emotional needs. You know, you think like how long you've probably gone without something, how long you've probably been in like survival mode, or you've been maybe focused on a project you're trying to achieve and you've been so kind of narrow-minded and so just like hyper focused on this, but maybe you've been neglecting other things. Maybe you've not been making time for like social interactions. So wherever there has been an imbalance in your life, that is where we need to bring that balance back right now. And like I said, Mercury retrograde, this is going to be a really good time for us to understand our emotional needs a little bit better and give ourselves the love and the rewards that we absolutely deserve. Interesting. The Five of Pentacles coming out in reverse. This is about leaving behind a scarcity mindset. This is about, it's a transition, it's a change. The Five of Pentacles in reverse, we have gone without for long enough. We have felt left out in the cold, we felt abandoned, we've not had our needs met, or we have been so focused on one area of our life which has felt like a struggle. We've been so focused on the struggle, we've forgotten about, you know, other areas and where there's you know, like more balance in our lives. This Five of Pentacles in reverse, this is about, you know, not focusing on the negatives, not focusing on, you know, where we feel maybe like a little bit abandoned or where we just feel like we don't have enough of something, and changing our perspective completely. Because when we do that, we can realize actually just how maybe safe a situation is, or even just how temporary something is. Sometimes we get so caught up in, well, this is an inconvenience, but we forget, well, it's only now. You know, it's only right now that it's an inconvenience. It's not going to be this way forever. And as soon as you just look at things from like a little bit more of like a balanced viewpoint, things start to shift much more quickly. Spirit is definitely emphasizing there is a gift coming your way. I to be honest, I do feel like someone could very well give you something. For some of you, like I said, this is a reward that you will be giving yourself. For other people, this is definitely you receiving something from another person. Five of Swords. Someone is leaving behind a conflict here. I really do feel like life has been tense. I love that, Julia. Life has been tense. I feel like you are really, really choosing your battles very, very carefully right now. And you're not engaging. I just feel like you are. Oh, thank you, Betsy. That's so generous. I really appreciate that. But you are, yeah, you're absolutely. You're like, I'm not getting caught up in this anymore. If something feels like it's just constantly a battle, this is the time where I feel like you're walking away from it and you're like, I'm just not engaging in that right now. If someone wants to pick a fight or if a situation just isn't kind of going to plan, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it for now. I can always come back to this later. You know, this is not necessarily about cutting ties for good. The Five of Swords, like, this is a minor arcana. It's very quick moving energy. It's just saying right now, you're not engaging in the battle. You can tell that someone or something is definitely there right now and it's causing a little bit of friction, but you're not giving it the energy. And when you don't give a situation or a person energy, it doesn't affect you. You know, you choose what you invest in. Like, so many people, you know, hold on to like bitterness and resentment, and you're keeping yourself prisoner by doing that. You're giving it energy. You're feeding the situation, even if this is something that happened years and years ago. So you are like choosing not to invest energy in something, and as a result of this, you're feeling less conflicted, you're feeling a lot less tense, and you can now choose what you do want to invest in. I feel like right now you're definitely slowing down. You are coming away from a mindset of lack, of not having enough. Whatever has felt like a struggle, I just feel like you're moving away from the struggle. You know, even if this is like money worries, you're choosing not to focus on a lack of money, but maybe you're choosing to focus on, you know, something else. Focusing on what you do have or finding opportunities. For example, like, I love DIY projects and stuff. So sometimes I think like, if you want something and you've not got the money for it right now, have a look at what else you can find. Is there like, you know, something vintage, secondhand? You know, is there something which is unloved by another person that you can upcycle and put your own little twist on? I feel like there's always opportunities to save money and to bring fun and excitement into, you know, what you are doing, what you are creating. So I feel that wherever there has been a lack, there's definitely a way round this. There's definitely a way to you know, attract more abundance, attract more love. Like, there's so much you can do right now. So, Eight of Swords. It's interesting. I really do feel like there's something we're not allowed to see coming. Now, the Eight of Swords is a card of overthinking. And I definitely am picking up on that. We have been overthinking. Maybe the last few weeks, could be days, weeks, or months, they've felt like a lot has been going on. You've not been able to see a situation clearly. Sometimes this happens when we are focusing too much of our energy, you know, on someone else or something which is outside of our control. Now, the Eight of Swords tells me that you're coming out of this now. I feel like you, by choosing your battles carefully and not focusing on what's lacking, you are going to find that your headspace becomes much clearer. With the Eight of Swords, she's not trapped, but she feels trapped. She doesn't know how to get out of this. There is a way, but she's, you know, she's so caught up in her head, she's not able to see that clearly. So this is like, when we follow the guidance that Spirit gives us and we don't engage in conflict and we don't let those thoughts take over, we can find a way through this. We can find our solutions. All of the messages here are like, come back to this energy. Come back to your Queen of Cups. Come back to your kind of natural state of being, where you are trusting your intuition, where you are nurturing yourself, where you are creative. So you are being guided to kind of reconnect with your feminine energy right now. so that you can, make the progress of where you want to make it. Now we have the King of Wands. I absolutely feel someone coming your way. And I don't know if you heard that, but a motorbike just went flying down this road so quickly. I think someone is coming in very, very fast, very bold, full of energy. So it's going to be interesting who this person is, but they are fiery and passionate. Now, this King of Wands is a natural leader. This is someone who does approach life with confidence. And if I just feel like with this King of Wands, you're not going to question this person because their actions are going to show you what they intend to happen here. This King of Wands it's definitely someone you're attracting. It's not your energy. It's another person's energy. And this is someone who I just feel is really, really bold. And this person is like either planning to make a move or they are like just entering the orbit. I kind of feel this person starting to move closer and closer. So someone new may start at work and maybe, you kind of think, oh, maybe there is something, this is just something coming your way. I feel a big shift. Now, if this is someone you know already, they're stepping up where they are ready to lead. They're ready to show their intentions through like meaningful action, not just saying things. Four of Wands. I told you guys, I like this person's energy. It feels very balanced. This is telling me that whatever form this relationship takes, it's going to be very harmonious. It's going to feel like a soulful connection. That Four of Wands, like this could really go somewhere. So, like I said, whatever nature of connection this is, it's harmonious. It is exactly what you have been, what you've been manifesting. This is a true partnership. So yeah, this person, they're going to lead. And because they're going to lead with that King of Wands energy, you're able to sit back into your Queen of Cups space. You're able to be a little bit more creative. You're able to, to kind of feel safe in that feminine energy. Because this person's going to balance that out and create this kind of harmony with you. I am going to get a Romance Angels card just to see, if this is a romantic connection, what do we need to know about it? Oh, it's definitely this one. Past life relationship. So yeah, you guys definitely have history here. The past life connection, you know this person. You've met them before. You've had a relationship with this person before. That past life relationship card just confirms that this is like a soulmate connection. This is two people who feel a very, very deep bond. There's almost like quite an instant chemistry here. And I feel that this is coming because you are in a mindset which is much more optimistic right now. You've shed a lot of your kind of limiting beliefs. And the more work you do on that, the more magnetic you become to attract this. Honeymoon. So you guys may meet whilst you're traveling. There could be like a travel connection here with a honeymoon card. Or you could find that, you very quickly do enter this honeymoon phase with this person where things just feel really sweet, really balanced. It feels just like a really enjoyable connection. It almost feels like it's easy. Now, no relationship is truly easy and effortless, but this definitely, it seems like you're both really aligned with each other right now. And as a result of that, it's joyful, it's fun. So I'm going to get another couple of cards and then I will do a couple of personal questions. Oh, the Hermit. Now, the Hermit came through for our daily message on Instagram, if you guys have seen that reading yet. The Hermit, this is someone who has felt very isolated. Someone who has chosen to go within, chosen to be very introspective. Now, this could be you. This could be this King of Wands. But the Hermit, whoever is embodying this energy right now, this is someone who is, who has the answers, who has the clarity that they need. The Hermit has such a deep self-awareness and understanding of where they want to go in life. The Hermit is very, very awake. And this is a person who has that sense of direction and knows who they are, knows what they want to happen. It's very likely that this is someone who is ready to provide the answers, or maybe this person feels like they've got a solution to offer. The Hermit is Virgo energy. I do want to mention that. It feels significant. Virgo season could be important here. Let's see. 7 of Cups. Whatever options are on the table, whether this is for you, whether this is for them, whatever options are on the table, I feel like this person knows exactly what they're going to choose. This is someone who knows what is best for them, and they know what is merely an illusion. The Hermit, this person is grounded. You know, they are, like I said, totally aware of what is like daydreamy and, you know, doesn't have a foundation, and what is achievable. So I really feel that this Hermit, this individual, is able to see through illusion. They're able to see what options are realistic. This is not someone who's caught up in their head. You know, I feel that there's like a grounded decision being made, and things are going to start to shift significantly over the next kind of month or two. It's very exciting. And our last card, Wheel of Fortune. Naturally, huge changes. The Wheel of Fortune, this is like a complete shift in direction. The Wheel of Fortune, along with the Hermit, major arcanas, a big theme right now. Like I said, not short term, so this is not just going to last a few days. A big theme right now is finding solutions and getting that wheel moving. So where there's been stagnation, or where things haven't been going very well, there's going to be a shift in circumstances. The wheel reminds us, you know, things are moving, things are always changing, there's always shifts taking place. And I do feel that that Wheel of Fortune is telling us some kind of good fortune or good luck is coming our way, especially because we had the Candy Cane Angel coming out at the start of a reading. I feel a real shift in circumstances here, where suddenly things start to get a lot more positive, and they get more positive because we've spent time to understand ourselves. We have dedicated ourselves to our spiritual growth and evolution. And when we do that, when we allow ourselves to be introspective, we find answers, we find solutions. We then know how we can create positive shifts. So guys, that is all I am getting through for today. If you have a personal question, I will do a couple of them now. My throat is going, so I'm not sure how many I'll be able to do. Pretty, you're the first one. How will the product launch idea I'm thinking of go? The Emperor. It's a really good idea. I feel like your product is full of potential. The Emperor tells me you are doing an amazing job at showcasing this. You are really showing your kind of natural skills, your abilities, your understanding. It's going to go great. It is going to be a big success. And I feel like this product launch, it's the start of building a bigger foundation, a bigger base for this. Don't forget that you are just as important as the product as well. So when you are trying to sell this product and you're trying to gain interest, you have to stand out as well. You have to show your knowledge and show that you are like an expert in your field. So I feel like just the only guidance here is don't just talk about the product, make sure that you're selling yourself a little bit as well, which might feel a bit uncomfortable, but it's absolutely needed. Lady Lux. Oh, you don't have a question. You just need the shift at work. Yeah. If you're feeling very drained when you're getting somewhere, you know that it's not great for your energy. Maybe there's something you can do here to protect your energy, Lady Lux. I used to carry tourmaline everywhere with me when I worked in a corporate office. Just doing little things which, might help you kind of either transmute that energy or just repel any negative energy. Betsy, I'll do your question next because you sent a lovely, like very generous donation, and then I'll come back to Rachel. So Betsy, what changes are happening career-wise for you? Queen of Cups. So when it comes to your career, you're bringing more of you into it. I feel like the changes happening in your career are all about you choosing like the direction you want to take, choosing like what feels like it's got heart, you know, what feels like it lifts you up and it inspires you and it fuels your creativity rather than just kind of like day to day, oh, I need to do this, you know, it's just a job. So I feel like work is about being more inspiring right now. Yeah, Judgment, you're being called up. You're being called up into some kind of deeper purpose. So when it comes to your career, you might find that you have to stand out a little bit. You might find that you have to speak up more. You might find that you have to make some changes. But everything here is being guided. You know, Judgment tells me that if you can listen to the calling that you have, you can absolutely navigate this, you know, with ease. I don't see you resisting this. I feel that you're ready to go with the flow. You're ready to, you know, to start doing kind of more aligned things for work. So there's going to be an opportunity here, which I just feel is going to call you to like step up into your power. Very likely a promotion's coming your way, or if there's like a change in your career path, it feels, you know, it's definitely a step up. This is about you, like I said, doing something which just feels a little bit more purposeful. But things are going to start to move quite quickly with your career, Betsy. I really do feel that you are taking on challenges and adventures right now. And it seems like the next few months, you're getting much clearer about like where you feel inspired and where you feel drawn to. So, Rachel, your DM is still quiet. How's he feeling about you this week? Interesting. King of Cups, Temperance. So your DM is definitely missing you this week. There is a real like emotional longing is what I'm picking up on. Like your DM feels like, you know, he's chosen to be kind of free and focus on himself and adventure right now, but actually like he's finding it quite difficult to stay balanced. He feels like no matter how much he fills his cup up, there's still something missing here. So there's just like an emotional longing this week and a desire to connect. He's definitely like, he's choosing to stay at sea. So he's choosing to stay isolated. He's choosing to kind of stay distant right now, but he doesn't know how much longer he can do this. It's not comfortable for him, and he does desire like a reconciliation. He desires to reconnect here with that Temperance card. Feels like he's really being guided by his spirit team right now as well. So Nikki, is S missing you whilst away? So whilst you're away, let's see. The Star. Okay, so S is definitely missing you, but he is also able to really kind of tap into the dream space here, tap into the 5D. So it seems like he's definitely fantasizing and dreaming about you. I don't think there's not like a deep longing. There's just like he wants to be close. He wants to see you physically, but he is still enjoying the connection with you. He is still kind of thinking about you. It's almost like because he's dreaming so much about you, he's not necessarily feeling the absence all that deeply. It might take a little bit longer before he does start to feel that absence. But yeah, you know, he's thinking about you a lot with the Star, and he's definitely hopeful that maybe when you get back, the two of you could reconnect and, you know, and see, you know, and see kind of where the conversation leads. So, journey into the wild. Where do you stand currently for Joel in his head and heart? Page of Pentacles. Okay, so in his headspace, Joel right now, he's thinking like, this definitely has potential. You know, this could be worth investing in, this connection. But he's also thinking quite practically. I don't know, it's like he's he's not sure what's best to do. That Page of Pentacles tells me he's still weighing up his options. He's still like thinking about what decision is best for him. Like, he knows that this is something he would quite like to grow, but he's also not quite sure like how long it would take to get to where he wants it to be. And he's trying to be, like I said, very kind of realistic right now. Emotionally, in his heart space, King of Swords, he's trying not to let his feelings in. He's trying to stay very logical and grounded. It seems like he wants to be more engaged with his headspace and not let his emotions rule right now. He might appear kind of emotionally distant at the moment. But this tells me like he's just not opening up. He's just not talking about his feelings. It's not that they're not there. It's that he's like deliberately trying to be more thoughtful and trying to be more like logical about what's going on in this connection. He doesn't want to get caught up in something that he's not then able to kind of take grounded action towards. So he's thinking a lot about like what his next step could be and how he could get this to like where he wants it to be. Lisa, is Richard the King of Wands you've been waiting for? Knight of Swords. So the thing is with Richard is he's very in and out. He comes in very bold, very, you know, passionate, ready to move forward. And then it's like, he's like running before he can walk. He's not thinking things through. So is Richard the King of Wands? He's not the King of Wands just yet. He's still the Knight of Swords. So he's definitely someone who is coming into the picture and he will absolutely be an option for you. He might very well step up into the King of Wands energy, but it seems like he's still on this journey towards that. You know, he's still on that journey towards being a little bit more stable and being able to be perhaps less impulsive and a little bit more kind of focused on the best possible actions. But look, Three of Cups, there's definitely going to be something to celebrate here with Richard, so that's good news. I feel Richard is going to try to see you very soon, and it's likely that the more time the two of you spend together physically, maybe the more he can step up and own his power. It seems like he needs to see you. He needs to experience like the fun, the happy times. He needs to be making memories with you, and that kind of helps him be a little bit more grounded. Right now, it's literally just like he's not grounded enough to be the King of Wands just yet, but this could also be Mercury retrograde energy, and he might very well shift over the next couple of weeks. So Spirit's really saying that actually with Richard, it might take kind of like 2 to 3 months here before he can be a bit more consistent, but he's coming in strong here. So there's a reason, there's a reason for this. Okay, I'm going to do one more because my voice is absolutely killing me. Andrita, what's shifting in my love life with a new moon in Leo this month? So let's see. Okay, 10 of Wands. Okay, romantically, things have felt quite stressful. It's very clear that, like, love just hasn't been smooth. It feels like you've been carrying a lot of the past as well. You know, you've been maybe holding on to previous relationships, or maybe it's just like something just kind of kept coming back around, but it wasn't becoming enough. I feel like the big shift with this new moon this month is about dropping the burdens, not carrying the past with you anymore, choosing to lighten your load, choosing to look at things differently. The 10 of Wands tells us that this new moon is about ending a chapter in your love life. Because when one door closes, another door can open. And it seems like you're very, very close to doing this. It's something you have been actively working on the previous months. But this new moon, this month, it's really about closing that door to the past, not carrying old relationships with you, not carrying like anything that feels heavy or hurtful, like really healing your heart space, clearing it so that you can make space for what you want to happen next in love. We do have a reconciliation card, so this is absolutely about something from the past, something from the past needing closure. Maybe it does need a reconciliation. Maybe this new moon, this is about someone from your past coming back. But whatever happens here, you have to let go of what happened. If there is to be a reconciliation with someone who you already know, it has to be a fresh start. It has to be a new relationship. If there is to be a new person coming into your life and a new chapter in love, you just have to let go of what's happened before. So basically, Andrita, the big shift taking place, you know, with this new moon, this is about you. This is about you feeling better about yourself, feeling better about love, shifting your perspective so that love can come in. And it's going to feel dreamy. It's going to feel like, you know, you're finally light enough to be aligned with kind of that romantic energy that you want to attract. I do feel like a heart-to-heart conversation coming up as well, so that opportunity might appear with the new moon. It might be just after, but I am seeing you sitting down and talking to someone. This could be you kind of journaling, maybe to have a conversation with someone, but I'm just getting like a heart-to-heart conversation as well. Lovely. So thank you so much for being here today, guys. I am going to leave it here. My voice has gone really, really sore. So I will see you guys next week. I will let you know what day it is, whether it's Wednesday or Thursday next week. Don't forget, I have 20% off on all my readings at the moment. That ends tomorrow. So if you do want a personal reading, get it booked now, because this is like the biggest sale on all my readings that, you know, you're going to see for a while. So, you know, there's loads to check out on there. I've got a birthday bundle which has like 3 different readings bundled together. That's a big saving as well. But, you know, go check it out. Even if you don't have a question right now, but you're thinking, well, I know I'm going to want a reading like in a few weeks or so, you can always book it now so you get the discount, and just pop it in the notes, or send me a message when you're ready for the reading. So yeah, if you do want to book with me, this is the perfect time to do it. But thank you for being here today, guys, and I will see you all next week for our live. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram if you want to see the daily readings there as well.